My name is Georgia Manuel, and I would like to say that I've been following the Hackonomics online, and I've really been interested in it. It's been some good subjects that have really touched my life, and I enjoyed being here tonight and listening at the speakers talk about their different things, and I enjoyed the two sisters talking about getting out of debt and how debt were to them. And there was a time in my life when I was in debt like that. I remember having 12 charge cards at one time and trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to do what everybody else at work was doing. But then that time came when I got laid off the job with these charge cards. Unemployment don't cover these charge cards. So at that time, I learned to take on a second job. So you work from 7 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon, and you go from 4 o'clock to 8 at night. And during that time, you try to get some of the debt paid off out the way, and then, so with next time if it happened, you try not to be there for in debt. You learn to cut the cards up and to go on. And I also learned that from listening to the young lady back there, that you also can provide for your family by knowing how to fish and hunt and do stuff like that. No, I don't shoot a gun, but you know, sometimes you have to fish and, you know, eat deer, make sacrifices. But in the end, it all work out for the best. And also that sometimes when things get kind of hard, you have to push yourself sometimes. But if you stay on the right track and put God in your life, let God lead and guide you, and you will come out on top. You will not sink deeper and deeper in when you learn to trust in God and go on. So you just have to keep the faith and keep on trying and keep moving on. I must say that I don't have a business, but I do a little sewing on the side, and I do little alterations and stuff. So I'm trying to get my business started, but I haven't got it up yet. But I'm trying to get it because I got laid off from work, and so I figure, well, it's time to retire pretty soon. So I figure now's the time for me to get up and do something for myself and stop depending on other people to carry my load. And being the Southern girl that I am, I was taught to be able to carry yourself and not to depend on others.
One thing that you did mention is what you picked up from the people here. Now, I don't know if you have seen the book yet, but that's the whole purpose behind the book, to put these different examples in this book so that people can do exactly what you just said. We had so many stories in there that they can find ways to help themselves. Why don't people understand that you can learn from other people? People can learn from each other and help them, and help each other.
Well, people just seem to have a hard time taking orders and stuff. But yes, I have read the book, and I must say I enjoyed the book. But people don't seem to want to follow each other's orders. They feel like, if you're trying to tell me what to do, then why are you trying to be my boss when you're no more than I am? It go back to the Willie Lynch stuff, the way that black people was raised, not to trust each other, not to be there for each other when we should be.
And that's a myth that we're definitely trying to challenge with this show and the book, because the things that you all are saying are helpful, and that's why we're getting so much of it poured together so that people can't just hate you or hate her or her for trying to make a suggestion as to how we can help ourselves. How do we get past that? I mean, is that the right way to go? Is just to keep hitting you in the head with these examples?
Well, not only do you have to continue to tell people about them and show them the examples, but as much as you can, you have to get other people involved. You have to get the word out, because I do think that there's a lot of people that will follow if they knew, but a lot of people don't know, and they don't, because they are busy, you know, doing, raising the kids or at the bar or whatever, but they don't know about how to help pull themselves out and to follow other people's lead.
You know, a lot of people, one of the speakers mentioned that a lot of people don't have that fire inside of them. And with you being a very sensitive woman, you know, maybe you can answer this question for me. A gentleman by the name of Rose, why is he always on fire? Why is he always focused and just ready to deliver? I mean, there's something there that other men and people can learn from, because he's always ready to go. Why? How did that happen?
Mr. Rose is, he's a special kind of gentleman to me. He's a person that you can always talk to, and he always seems to have the answer that no one else can give you. And it just, it come out different from him than it do other people. He don't try to criticize you, but he will tell you straight up, you know, what right and what wrong, and it left up with you whether or not you accept it. But, and then he's always on fire, because he always tell me, keep God in your life. Keep God, let God be your guide. And if you let God be your guide, then everything else will follow.